Welcome back, everyone. This is Rex again with TorchPrep, doing more questions through the Red Book math test. So this time I'm on test 3, moving on to problem number 2. What I need you to do now is pause this video, go to the Red Book test 3, problem number 2, and read through the question, then press play. All right, here we go. Another word problem. Now, this one as well is not too intense. What I would say is if you're comfortable with the word problem strategy, you've been practicing it, this is definitely a problem you can attack as soon as you see it in your first sweep of the test during the survey portion. If word problem strategy is still giving you a lot of trouble and they take up a lot of time, you can leave this until the work portion of the test. Now, let's dive right in. Now, we have a student who has test scores, and what we are trying to find, that's what we look for in step 1, is what number of points is needed on the last of 5 tests to get an average of 90. So, what do we know? Let's list that for step 2. All 4 tests already, and the next test, are all worth 100 points. And we know the previous scores that have happened on the previous 4 tests of 85, 95, 93, and 80. So, here's the first way I would approach this problem. I would think through how many points am I going to need total. So, if I had, if I had on all 5 tests, if I had 90 points on every single test, my average would be 90, right? So basically, whatever the full number sum of all the points would be, it has to be equal to whatever 90 times 5 is. It's going to be equal to that. Maybe if we also had 3 90s, an 89, and a 91, we know their sum would all be the same, and it would be basically 5 times the number 90. So if we look for 90 times 5, we will get 450. So that's not the number we're looking for in our answer, but it's a good thing to find out. Out of 500 points, if you get 450 of them, you get an average of 90. Here's what I want to do next. I want to take and see how many points do I already have. So what I did is I went ahead and I added together 85 plus 95 plus 93 plus 90. I added up all the scores that are already there, and look what I got. You can throw that in your calculator or do that arithmetic on your paper. 353 points. So I know I need, for an average of 90, 450. But I only have this many so far. And with 1 test to go, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to subtract 353 from 450. Throw that in the calculator, and you will see 97 is the number of points that we are going to need, okay? So with that, you can look at the answers and find out that K is 97, and that is your correct answer. Now, let me show you one more way if this seemed confusing to you. What you can do is set up an algebraic equation. So, we can take all the test scores and put them on top of our algebraic equation, and it would look something like this. If you love setting up algebraic equations, this one is not too complicated, and I think works pretty simply. So, basically what we did up here is we said the sum of all the test scores, one of which we don't know yet, take the sum of all of them and divide it by 5, and that whole thing needs to equal 90. So, now what am I going to do? I'm going to solve for x. I'm first going to multiply both sides by 5. So this 5 will disappear, and this side will turn into, we already know the product of that, 450 equals the test scores plus x. Now all I would have to do then is subtract the test scores from both sides, and I would get the same answer of 97 for x. Either way, whatever you're more comfortable with, this kind of question is often on the test, asking you to find the final set that will give you a certain average. Both these methods will work every time. Use your word problem strategy. It'll be all right. Great job.